So apparently I listened to Legend of Zelda and the Gundam franchise a little too hard growing up, because I think I have my own timeline / historia that's interconnected or running parallel in weird ways going on here. This is taking mind mapping to a whole new level. And boy, is the self-sabotage screaming. Let's get started. Welcome back to another episode of Sitting Down with Soul Writer. Standing up with Soul Writer. My name is Jenna O'Malley. I'm your soul writer, author of sci-fi fantasy with dashes of romance and nerdy references. Other than the raw stories my characters weave throughout time, I help other writers and authors to unlock the full potential behind their own writing by coming over things like self-sabotage and so on with my editing and coaching. So if that's what you're into overcoming, this video is for you, and you might want to catch me in Preptober for some breaking open those blocks sessions right in time for NaNoWriMo. Programming though, for those of you who don't get the reference of what I was saying at the open. Legend of Zelda started as a random story, and I don't think they had a meta idea of an interconnecting universe until about 10 years later with Ocarina of Time and the Majora's Mask time split debacle thing going on. I think I have something similar. The Gundam franchise, if you know that anime and spin-off video games and whatnot, kind of had something similar happen. And people have tried to put it on its own timeline, kind of like how it is popular to do with video game series. And apparently that has affected me as a creator of fictional worlds. What started as one book has now sprawled into 20 plus across time. 1665, give or take. 2015, give or take. Ancient Egypt, early Roman Greece, give or take. 2015 running parallel to 2015, give or take. And then years and years and years and years in the future. Yes, eventually what I'm trying to say is a duology or a trilogy I'll end up writing as a spin-off of this will lead to that and that. And they're all slightly different genres, but they all kind of fall in the same overarching metacognition world. Like, characters from my Bound By series will show up in my Legacy of series, will show up in my Lit RPG. And I never thought it would go this way. This is mind mapping, mind you. I did a workshop on mind mapping, just one book at a time, earlier this year. But I couldn't fit all of this on a computer screen anymore, and I thought OneNote was going away. It's actually being grandfathered in to 365, go figure. I'll talk about that in a future workshop. Anyway, because I need to make a decision of if I'm actually putting this into Notion or putting it back into one big old file into OneNote instead of 1, 2, 3, 5 files actually now. If you're wondering what this middle bar I haven't talked about, that's just the side quests that don't really fit in any of these main 5 places. So, yeah. This is what's been running in my brain in the background for the last month. Making this any odd moment I have. If you're wondering what I did to make it, let's talk about that right quick, and then we're going to talk about the self-sabotage element along with. So, Again, I thought OneNote was going bye-bye. It's just being grandfathered in. So I said, you know what, I have some Fadeless brand bulletin board paper. You can take the K-12 teacher out of the classroom. There's some things about making bulletin boards you can't take out of the person who repeatedly claims she doesn't know how to do bulletin boards. Welcome to my bulletin board. Anyway, I needed something that was on the go because I didn't intend to leave it up here forever. And then after I worked on it for a couple of weeks, we got the notice we were being forced to move anyway. So yeah. Put it that way. Now I realize, yes, I could neatly try to roll this up because this is blue painter's tape and the back side of just bulletin board paper that is actually a really durable brand. Not sponsored. I just know from working in a K-12 classroom that if it sustains teenagers being around it, it could stain me drawing and writing all over it, okay? So I knew I needed to be able to kind of make it organic and free flow. I made the top one first, and I knew I had to at least fit season 1 of the Myrna Annals, which is currently what's coming out to all of you. Updates on the delayed wide release forthcoming. We're also going to get new covers for this, so yes, that's a spoiler sneak peek at some of the covers here for a video that's coming out soon. Anyway, or may already be out. Not sure what order you're getting these at this point, but I knew I had to at least see on a big macro map, overview, tapestry, looking at the whole picture scale, that I wanted to see at least season 1, where it all started, season 2, where we're going to go, and the prequel with the side quests that don't exactly fit in those 3 anywhere. Because that's the thing. Most of these side quests all have characters from here, but these 2 can have characters from either of these or from this. Because this is the main arc, this is the spinoff. This would be akin to saying, this is the Carol Burnett show, this is Mama's Family. You can tell the kind of shows I grew up liking. Here's another really good one. Here's the Archie comics. Here's Riverdale. Here's the original comic books. Here's the Marvel and DC movies. You kind of see how they all coexist. They all interconnect, but not really. This would be the main plot of Legend of Zelda. This would be the Fallen timeline and the Child Hero timeline, whatever, comparison. So they all do kind of branch and interconnect, and I didn't realize that until I got it all up here. I wasn't even bothered counting books. I was just putting ideas up at that point. And then when I got counting, I'm like, oh my God, that's over 20 books. I've written 8 of them, 7 to 8 of them. So I am very, very, very excited, and that's where the self-sabotage was kicking in. We all know that we as writers have this imp in our voice who likes to tell us we can't. I'm a Virgo. I don't like being told I can't do something. It kind of makes me angry. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Mind you, I'm the youngest of 5 kids and the only girl. I grew up with all boys is what I'm telling you. It's definitely like telling me, you can't because. And I'm like, you don't tell me that. Ask my brothers if you ever see them in another life how I feel about being told you can't because you're blank. Because that sentence used to say, you can't because you're a girl. Anyway, so the self-sabotage is really loud, and you're seeing it full brunt right now because I'm going, what am I doing? You guys only see 2 books, well, 2 books, kind of a book, and kind of a book are over up on my Ream Stories platform, Amaranth's Library subscription right now. But it's like, I'm really just appreciating where I'm going to go, while also being able to fight a lot of personal blockages I myself have had to overcome to do this. So, yeah. Do I need to get a full-time job? Maybe. Would I prefer to be coaching and editing and writing my books full-time? Oh yeah. We call that living the dream, and I would rather do that now. So, fighting the self-sabotage is my goal. So with all of that rambling being said, and you seeing, I sympathize, definitely so. Am I scared? Yes. With everything that's coming down the pipeline, I'm scared. But at the same time, one thought keeps ringing in my head. In the next 4 months, I get to put this back up, or a prettier draft version that I'm not doodling on as much, maybe. I left room to doodle, because doodling is thinking, even if you can't draw. I know I'm going to have another wall to plot on again. I just need to tell the imp in my head all the lies I've been trying to tell myself to fear success, to go stand over in the corner for a little bit. If it's at a 25-minute sprint at a time, that's why I enjoy hosting my sprints on Fridays and Saturdays. Honestly, it's all of us. Telling imposter syndrome, self-sabotage to shut up. I have work to do. In the next video, I'm going to show you the crazy of what it's going to take for me to put this into either OneNote or Notion, and I'll tell you which one I picked. If you do need to do a little bit of block busting on your own work, come meet with me. Check the description box below, and above all, take care of yourself. You're worth it. Bye!